Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityurma amritam gamaya. Om sahana bhavatu सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति. My humble frustrations of the lotus feet of Sri Guruji, Gurudev, all the Kriya Masters, all the sages and saints, and I bow to all of you. Thank you. So we are on the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So Lord here is talking about the focus is on meditation. But meditation not, we had seen, you can say it's basically mostly on nididhyasana. Because now 25th, 26th, 27th verse onwards is talking about little more detail about the meditation. We had seen the difference in meditation or yoga as has been defined in Patanjali's Yoga Sutra and Bhagavad Gita. In Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, it is Chitta Vritti Nirodha. That means modifications of the mind when they ceases. That means if the definition of mind is flow of thoughts, and he's saying there is no modification of the mind, that means no thought is there. It's like a lake whose surface is totally calm. There is no wave, nothing. So that is the state which is defined as yoga in Patanjali's Yoga Sutra. Sutra 2 says, Chitta Vritti Nirodha is yoga. Yoga, Chitta Vritti Nirodha. But in case of Bhagavad Gita, because it was, that's what Arjuna wanted, to go away to Himalayas, meditate. So Krishna is saying, no, you have to do it here and now. So how, that means what is the yoga? The whole definition of yoga changes in Bhagavad Gita. So it is no more Chitta Vritti Nirodha. So he say, Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. Samatvam Yoga Uchyate means yoga is equated to Samatvam, an equipoised mind. The mind which is devoid of any violent reactions or violent prey of the mind. The mind is very much there. Where in case of Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, the mind is mano nasaha, you can say. The mind is destroyed or it subsides. But here mind is very much there. But the focus is on your true self. What is the true self? Satyam Jnanam Anantam is Brahman. So not on your lower self, if we can say it, and on body, mind and intellect. So what happens if you focused on your higher self? Then what happens? Your mind, which is otherwise occupied with the material objects of this world through the 5 sense organs. So mind is not going out to the world. Mind is brought back to our real self. And when you are focused on your real self, and that is the time your mind, because it is now devoid of attractions or distractions of this world, is more focused on your true self. So now, that means same mind which was taking me out to this world and taking me away from my true self, is the same mind we are using it to go inside. So what we have to do is we have to purify the mind. How you purify the mind? Then you have to have, because you do not know who you are, so you were thinking body, mind, intellect is you, so you are looking for fulfillment in the outside world because you always felt there is a certain thing is I'm lacking in my life. So it can be money, it can be house, it can be a good job, whatever it is. So to that extent, I was trying to get fulfillment in my interaction with the world. But what scripture is saying, the whole philosophy behind it is that you are doing a wrong thing. What you have to do, you have to concentrate on your true self. That itself is Satyam Jnanam, existence, awareness, and also bliss. So this source of bliss or source of happiness or source of good living is inside, not in outside the world. Outside the world cannot give you this because it is not meant to. And it doesn't have in it to provide you that. So that's why when you meditate, what we are doing, we are withdrawing our mind from the first is world, then from the body, then to the mind. From mind again you withdraw to the witness consciousness. That is our true nature. That's why if you remember in the, let me see what was the last verse we had discussed is this one. So this 25th verse we had seen last time. Sanei sanei uparamet buddhya dhruti grihitaya. Sanei sanei. Slowly, slowly, gradually. This, because the other things we have said, buddhya, that means you understand, you utilize your understanding to understand that slowly and steadily with conviction in the intellect that I am not this body, mind, intellect, but I am, my true self is Satyam Jnanam Anantam. Then dhruti, you have to have that confidence, determination, steadiness, so dhriti. So that you have used it, then Atma Sanstham Manakruta. So put your mind, where you will put your mind, not in the outside world, but Atman, that in your true nature or your true self. Na kinchit api chintayit. And at that time, don't think of anything else. So here, the 2-3 things is important. We have discussed. I'm just walking you through so that when you go to the next verse, this also becomes. You can see how is slightly different in verse 26 what the Lord is going to talk. So he is utilizing it, the mind which was taking us to the outside world and trying to get fulfillment in worldly objects and events. Now the same mind is being utilized to go inside where Atma Sanstha. The focus is on my true self. And then what is the, then don't bring any other thought. Kinchidapi chinta, that is there. Then what is the means he was usually using it? One is buddhi, another is called dhriti. One is buddhi means understanding. So that means you have to understand who you really are. You should have that knowledge. And how you are going to get it? Sravana, Mananam and Nididhyasanam. That's what the Lord is talking about here, buddhi. So that's why the meditation is coming on the 6th chapter. 3rd, 4th, when the Karma Yoga started, then he talked about in 2nd chapter itself, he has talked about what is the nature of our true self from 12th to 25th verses. So that teaching, you have to keep it in your mind and sit for meditation. Then dhriti. Dhriti means distractions will come. So you need certain amount of determination, steadiness. So one is knowledge of your true self. Second is dhriti, steadiness. And then you have to keep your mind. Where you are keeping your mind? On Atma. So this is basically, if we look at the Ashtanga Yoga, so this stage you can say it is Dharana stage. So what was there? Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana and Samadhi. So this is the stage of Dharana. So you are thinking of Atman. How you are thinking of Atman? How you put your mind on Atman? Because we saw that your phone you can keep on a table. But if you say keep your phone in the space, because it's already in the space. So how you will put your phone in space? So similarly, if my Atman is all pervading eternal, that means wherever my mind is, it's still in Atman only, because it's all pervading. So wherever a mind is, Atman is there. And then at the same time it is available also. So how you can put it? That means you have to keep it in your mind. That means you have to think about it. So meditation is sometimes you have an object, like sometimes people meditate with a lamp or sometimes a photo. But here when we are not keeping any object, so what is the object of meditation here is Atman. But Atman is a nebulous thing, it is a subject, it's not an object. So how you can keep your focus? So you keep your focus on the understanding of Atman. So whatever the teachings have gone, so that you have to bring it in mind. So that is called dharana. Still you have to go and focus a little more, then that is called. And then very important here is Sanai Sanai. Why he is saying Sanai Sanai? But meditation, why it is Sanai Sanai? So here we have to understand is, so what he is saying, Sanai Sanai means, first you have to bring your mind from the outside world. Three layers of Anatma is there. First is the outside world, that is Anatma. So you bring from there. Then you come to the second one is your body, the second layer. Then third layer is mind or intellect. So that also we have to go beyond that. What is then that beyond that? What is there? Witness consciousness. So that's why he's saying you can understand that way. It is Sanai Sanai. Sanai Sanai also, this is one way of looking at it. Another way of looking at it is because this jnanam, because it is mostly on the based on most on Vedanta rather than on Patanjali's Yoga Sutra for this chapter only. So there, how you get the knowledge? The problem is ignorance. What ignorance? Ignorance of our true self. So that's the problem. If the diagnosis is that I am getting into problem because I do not know who I am, the solution lies in knowing who I am. So how you know? So Vedanta gives three stages. One is Sravanam, Mananam and Nididhyasanam. In case of Sravanam, that means you are listening to your scriptures or Guru, and basically what they are doing, they are giving you a mirror to know yourself. So keep that mirror in front and look at it. That means he is saying, what is this mirror? Mirror is telling who you really are. Even if you are usually what we do, a mirror only reflects what we truly are. Correct? When we stand in front of the mirror. Similarly, because now we are unable to know who we really are, so this knowledge from the scriptures, from the teachings of your master, so that is like a mirror. So that is providing you to see yourself. Oh, so through the scripture, through the Guru's knowledge, you are able to know who you really are. That means at the Sravanam stage itself, the knowledge you have already gathered. Then what happens in Mananam? Mananam, when you have any doubt about this knowledge, you have some questions are there, some doubts is coming up. So try to raise it and resolve all your doubt. So that means in case of Sravana and Mananam, you have already got the knowledge. Then what happens in Nididhyasanam stage? Nididhyasanam stage, the third stage is I know who I am. I have no doubt Sravanam Mananam is gone, but I don't feel that I am that. So why it is coming? Because of our habitual tendency. What is our habitual tendency? Because mind has never tried to comprehend it. Mind is always looking for the outside world, and it is something inside. So mind is not able to think. So now what will happen? So the benefit of this knowledge comes through nididhyasana. So when you sit in meditation, you slowly realize, oh, this is what I am. So that means the knowledge came in case of Sravanam and Mananam. But in case of Nididhyasanam, the benefits of meditation comes in during the stage of Nididhyasanam. So that's why the Sane also can mean that you have to go through all the process. Immediately you just heard it, something, you sit in meditation, nothing is going to come. Only that, the coffee thing will come or vada will come, dahi vada will come in the picture, in the mind. So we have to do is, so Sane is very important. In the sense, first is, one interpretation is that you withdraw from the world, then from your body, from your mind, then you go to your true self. Another is also Sane, we can say, okay, he's talking about, because it's the interpretation of different, like people, authors. Another is this one, from Shravanam to Mananam to Nididhyasanam. This is second. There is another beautiful interpretation by Gyaneshwar. Gyaneshwar was a saint from Maharashtra. Basically, he was writing in Maharashtra, and is bhakti from the Bhakti tradition. There he, in his interpretation of Bhagavad Gita, he says Sane means, if this is basically, Lord is talking about here the knowledge. That's why you concentrate on Atman knowledge, then you will get it. And then Gyaneshwaraji is saying that if you do not get that, then use your bhakti method, when chant something or sing something. So he put it in a different way. Okay, that means Jnanam is necessary, because Bhagavad Gita is saying Jnanam is necessary. I will go for the Jnanam, that's fine with me. But if it's not coming, so what I do? Gyaneshwaraji is saying that, okay, do your chanting you can do, puja you can do, or singing you can do, other things you can do. So Sane. So get into something which will, basically what you are trying to do, because you are trying to make your mind come to a sattvic state, because tamasic, rajasic takes us to the world. Sattvic stage is a neutral state where we can either utilize it for getting better things in life from the outside world, or utilize it to go inside. So Ganeshwaraji's interpretation was like this. So that's why the word Sane is very important. Because another, also this is the third. Fourth one is, the moment you tell the mind, concentrate, you will revolt, it will go outside. The moment you tell him whatever, he will go the opposite. That's why you say, when we do the meditation, open eye meditation. So I usually don't say don't blink, because the moment you say don't blink, you will blink, because attention, you remember, oh, I should not be blinking. So this is also there, because the moment you tell anything to the mind is very, what you can, rebel character. Whatever you say, don't do it, it will go. So it is like to be like a child. You have to take it, coddle it, embrace it, and no, please come back. Let's go this way. So that is also the meaning of Sane. So Sane there is very important. That's what, when I was again reading through that. So these are the thoughts come. I thought let me share that with you. Okay, now let's go to the verse 26. Let me share that. Yato yato nischarati manaschanchalamasthiram tatastasto nityametad atmaneva vasamnayet. Sorry. What is saying? Wheresoever the restless and unsteady mind wanders, from that very object it should be restrained and brought under the control of the self alone. Yato, and wherever. Sometimes people also write whenever, wherever. Here also see interpretation is whenever, wherever. But usually yata means it's the same word. So how can it be wherever and whenever? But anyway, you can take it whenever at a time or wherever the mind is going. So it's both is correct. So you can say wherever and whenever nischarati. Nischarati means mind, mana nischarati, mind wanders, and chanchalam, and it is chanchalam, but is restless. And asthiram. Asthiram is unsteady. It's not sitting straight, steady. Is now when is not there. Then tataha. That time, what you will do? Niyamya. Niyamya means control it, bring it back, restrain it. Atmaneva basamnait. Now bring it to Atman and yasam navet. Should bring it under control. Don't go anywhere else. Or neighbor. Don't go anywhere else. So where you will concentrate, bring it back to the Atman knowledge. So here, so there he said, bring the mind focus in the previous verse. So there we can say it is dharana. That means it is not going, it's steady, but he's thinking about, he's saying that you think about Atman only. So that you can say that was the stage of dharana. But here it's like pratyahara. The mind is going, bring it back. Now he's not talking about Atman. He's saying mind will go, then you bring it back. And there it was in the 25th verse, he was not talking. He was saying just concentrate on there. So that means mind was on control. Only thing that you have to control it in Atman. But here he's saying yato nischarati. So wherever he's going now, wandering the mind is going. And chanchalam, his mind is chanchalam, he accepts that. And asthiram, and also unsteady. Tato. There, what you do, niyam, having restrain it on what? On bring it back to Atman. Wherever it is, the thought is going to anything else, like you're thinking of coffee or thinking of going somewhere, or going to the mall or whatever, bring back. Mind will come. Because all your sense organs, you have now closed it. Your eyes are closed, you may not be able to hear, and hands and all is restrained. But what thoughts will be coming, whatever is there, your samskaras in your mind, whatever the thoughts have been already there, you have experienced, and that is there. So that who is going to take your mind away from you. Like you hear a car horn. So now mind goes to a car. You are given car for your repair. Now you are thinking, should I repair it or now think of taking a new car? So then you are thinking of the car, what car and all. So now your meditation has become बेकार on the car meditation हो गया तो it is बेकार हो गया means it has become unnecessary. So don't go. Yatata, that means here Lord is saying the mind will wander. It is going to go. But what is the way forward then? What I'll do? Then the only thing you can do is bring it back. It goes, bring it back. Goes, bring it back. So this is what you have to the abhyasa and vairagya. So that will it will come, and even later also. Arjuna also is saying chanchalam hi mana Krishna. Oh Krishna, mind is very chanchalam, is very fast and turbulent. It goes restless. It will go. Pramati balabhadridham. in this chapter only. Later he is saying, but I am saying why it is yatata he is saying. It is going to go. See, pramati balavad drudam. He is, turbulent. He is balavat means he is very strong, and dridam, obstinate. He is standing ground. And no, I want to go and have filter coffee, not meditation now. Let's go. Tasyam nigraham manet. How one can control it? Bayoreva sadrusya. It is like controlling the air by a cloth. So this also Arjuna is going to ask. So that you are telling me to meditate and I have to use my mind, but mind I find is so difficult to control. How I can meditate? So that's what here is bringing about there. So how you will do it? So it is a repetitive. That means it is a repetitive effort one has to make. And why somebody will repeat it? If mind is going, his mind is going. Previously, when I was not meditating, I didn't have a problem. Mind is going, mind is going. So I am going with the mind. I am doing whatever I was supposed to do. But here, he is saying, mind is gone, you bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. How I will, that means I have to be alert. Alert to what? Alert to what? Yes, anybody? Can you are alert to what? Then only you will bring it back.
Alert to the thoughts and the movement of the thoughts, is it?
That is one, but then you also have to be alert about your goal also. What is the goal? What is the goal here? If my goal is to enjoy life as it is, so whether it is I'm going to the shopping mall or coffee and all is fine. If my goal is spiritual sadhana, is my goal is for self-realization, and this is the practice Lord is saying about, and if I'm straying that, I have to bring back again and again and again and again. So not only you should have control, your mind, you have to make it on the sattvic mode, you have to take it, effort you have to make. Also, you have to always relive, refocus also, saying that my goal is spiritual sadhana. There are two things is, one is on your goal, one is on the practice. So both the sides, you have to completely focused. If it's not there, mind is so inventive, it will tell us 1001 reason why I should not be going to the shopping mall now. Why I should meditate. So this is saying, and mana, Lord also saying it is asthira. It is going to go. There is no other way. It's like that cycling. When you learn cycling, you will fall, but still again we do it, again we do it, again we do it, and then comes a state. Then when you are cycling without even your knowledge, you can do other things also. You can call for somebody and talking to somebody, whatever you are doing it, but effortlessly. So many things, so many different components of cycling, that actions, if you break up, you have to keep the balance, center of gravity should be maintained, your steadiness in the direction also to be maintained, your speed has to be maintained, whatever speed you have taken. So all the things, so many components are there in cycling, all are automatically is going without your any iota of attention from your mind. How it has been made possible? It's only possible because it has become now your second nature, because you practiced it. So similarly, even the mind is a rebel. Mind has a way tendency of going outside. But if we practice with steadiness, with alertness, continuous basis, then there is a chance that it will also become our second nature. Now, if you are meditating every day, like say 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, whatever time it is, That means now knowing all of you, I don't think anybody of you give you alarm that I will get up at 5 or 6, I am going to do it. Because automatically will go. If you are doing it for the 5 years, 10 years now, automatically happens. How it happens? Automatically your body, your mind, it get used to it. There was a beautiful incident was there. Somebody went because he heard that Saraswati has come. So he went to the astrologer. See, he asked the astrologer, so now my Saraswati is coming, what I should do? He said, no, just bear it for 6 months, so everything will be okay. He said, okay. So after 6 months, I have heard that it lasts for 7.5 years. So after 6 months, what will happen then? He said, after 6 months, you will get used to it. That means automatically you are used to it. Even if it's sadness, it is sorrow, you will get used to it. So, so even your enemies you will love. Without your enemies, you feel, yeah, I have nothing to think about in that time. So you will get used to it. So what is necessary is repeated practice. We are able to focus it, but what Lord is saying that this mind is going to go, mind is going to stray, and that is the only way is just bringing it back, bringing it back, bringing it back. So, so what is that? Let's go to the boss. I say yato yato nistarati. So whenever it is wandering, because it is chanchala and sthiram. Chanchalam and sthiram, there are two things here is chanchala. Why chanchala? Chanchala comes if you are a rajasic person. That means mind is in a rajasic mode. In rajasic mode, it's very difficult to sit and meditate because you feel like going somewhere, doing something. So that means if the mind is in a rajasic mode or tamasic mode, it's not chanchalam. It will not be able to, because it wants to lie down and sleep. Or you want to go to have somebody. So it's not so much of chanchalam. Chanchalam is coming a rajasic mind. So that's what he's saying. And it is not steady. So that is the time when you have to bring it back. That means think whatever is necessary to move from the rajasic mode to sattvic mode. Sattvic is what? You study something, you meditate, observe your breath, or do japas, something, so that from your rajasic mode you come to the sattvic mode. And don't think of anything else. So thoughts will come, but don't go with those thoughts, because once you go, then there is no way again you are able to come back. Then another thing also here, so when you bring your mind and you are putting on the Atman, so we know that you cannot take your mind and put it on your true self in Atman. So then you have to think about your Atman. So when you think about something, let's try to understand also. So when you're looking at a flower, say rose flower, so your mind totally gets absorbed in the rose flower. We had, if you heard, I had discussed last time, Guruji was in one of his talks, he was saying that small one clippings, so we post there, he was saying, not only you eat the food eats you. So what is that? You do not eat food, but food eats you also. Because when you are eating something, you are enjoying it. So what has happened? Your mind is fully absorbed in the process of eating. So that means that eating process has also completely now absorbed you. It has ate you. That means indirectly he's saying. That means if I'm looking at the flower, my mind is totally completely now absorbed in the flower itself. That means not only I have enjoying flower, the flower is also enjoying in the sense that it has completely occupied my mind. So similarly, when you are discussing about Atman, so is that time it's called Akhandakara Prati. That means because if my Atman is all pervading, that means there is not a single place where my real self is not there. That means and your mind is thinking about that Atman. If it is focused on that, then that mind also get absorbed in the wholeness of it. So that Akhandakara Bhuti is coming. If because that is so why this has been given by one of the saints. So what he was trying to say is to that extent you have to think that you should not bring in any foreign thinking which is contrary to Atman. So if my mind is going to stray, in case of Dharana split, because here he is talking about 26th verse, you can say it is talking about that pratyahara. That means you are bringing it back. That's what is the focus is in here. So pratyahara. So in case of pratyahara also, when you are bringing it, keep in mind that when I am going to keep it on Atman, so I have to give the mind something to think of Atman only. So without he cannot go out. So that means all the qualities of Atman which we have studied in the second chapter from verse 13 to 25, so that should be always in your mind. That is all pervading. So even if it is straying, it should be only straying within the parameters of the definitions of Atman, whatever the Lord has told about. That is all pervading, is eternal, it is unchanging, it is aprameya, it is akarta. So all these things should be there, so that even if it stays, it will be within that. So from pratyahara it goes to dharana stage, and it should not be go to another thought which is totally has nothing to do with Atman. Then the rhythm is broken, and that a single thought also can take you to something else. So here, there was a beautiful example was there, Jada Bharat. Jada Bharat was a very famous ruler of ancient times, and he gave up his entire kingdom, and then he took sannyas, and he went and meditated. And then once he found a small deer cub, so he took that deer and then raised it. And he becomes so attached to the deer. A king who gave up his kingdom, he got so attached to the deer. So in the next life, he was born as a deer. So you can imagine the danger of our own thought. Because whatever you think, you will have it. Remember this. Because you have the same ability as the Lord. But Lord has the ability to materialize anytime, anything He wants. For us, it takes time, but it will happen. If you're thinking that you want to become Elon Musk, you will become. But it may not be this life, maybe 10 lives it will take, 20 lives it will take, but you will become. If you remember another thing also, if you remember when Babaji Mahasaya met Lahiri Mahasaya, And again he put him into, initiated into Kriya. What he did, he gave you, Lahiri Mahasaya another experience. What is that experience? Who remembers it?
Built a palace for him.
Yes, correct. Why he built a palace? Because it was his desire that I have to live in a palace. Bhaji Mahasaya could know it. So he gave that. Otherwise, again, he will stray somewhere, or again, he will wait for another life, maybe, because he was. So he gave him the experience of living in a palace. So you can also, that means you can well imagine how strong it is our mind and how much it can stray. And if it strays, what happens? And that means you remember, anything you think of, you will become. You will become. So we draw it. There is no way you can do anything, because if you are in the spiritual path and this is the goal and I have to reach my goal, there is no other way than going through this process of Sravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. So now Lord is here, is mostly concentrating on the Nididhyasanam stages or meditation. You can see whatever way you can look at it. But at this particular verses now, 25th, 26th and 27th, he is talking about Nididhyasana. So if you, in that process, if you slide into meditation, it's good. But there is nothing wrong in it. But even if you do not, it doesn't matter. That means you are not in a meditative stage. Chitta Vritti, totally Nirodha is there, is fine. Even if it is not there, it is also fine, because as per the definition of Bhagavad Gita, it is Samattam Yoga Uchate. And when you have the Samattam of Yoga Uchate, then you will be able to do your duty diligently. That's why he said Karmashu Kaushalam. He said Karmashu Kaushalam is also yoga. So two definitions he gave. Samattam Yoga Uchate and Karmashu Kaushalam. Because that was the intention of teaching Arjuna and all of us. Because we are in this living world. We are grihasthas. Because Bhagavad Gita was for grihasthas. That's why when Adi Shankara was writing his Bhashyam, he had a lot of problems. He has to compromise in a lot of process. So he cannot accept it. But this Bhagavad Gita was totally for grihasthas only. So if you sit in meditation, who is going to do your work? But meditation is necessary. To the extent it's possible, do it. But not in the stage of Chitta Vritti Nirodha, which Patanjali is saying. But Samatva. That's why we have so many times we have discussed. What is our life? How is going? What is the aim in our life now for all of us? Mostly it will be said, oh, I have a settled job, steady income, I have a steady family in the sense that your spouse and your relationship is good, your children are okay, so they are also settled. So that is the goal of life. Usually now if we look at it. But he's saying, no, you have to deliberately take a decision. I want to go spiritually. So what is the difference? That's why we took that example of a promotion process. So in your office, there is a promotion is there, you attend an interview, so that is going. So now you did not get it. So if you are leading a conventional life, so it is a disaster. Because now the fellow colleague, you feel he's a useless fellow. less talented than you, now he becomes your boss. It's a complete failure. But if you are in sattvic mode and you want spiritualism as your goal, so my goal is samatva. Even if I do not get the promotion, if I can maintain my samatva, I have achieved. This is the success for me, because your definition of success changes now. And you get your promotion, you cannot keep your economous mind. That means it is a failure as far as somebody is concerned whose aim or the goal is spiritual growth. So we have to make a conscious choice. Every moment we have to be alert. Every action, every thought I am entertaining, every action I am undertaking, is it in line with my goal? If it is not, what you do? Shanai Shanai, withdraw. That's what Lord is saying. Yato yato. Whenever it is saying, how then you will know stray? Because if I think of spiritual growth is my goal, so wherever his mind is going, taking me into this world, then you will be able to withdraw. But if you have a conventional lifestyle, going to the shopping mall on a weekend is the process, you will enjoy it. So what is the wrong in that? AC environment. Go do window shopping, have masala dosa and come back. Why you will withdraw your mind? Only when you are sure what exactly you want and you made a conscious effort. So these 2-3 verses are very important. It is telling us how every moment we have to be alert and what we should pursue and what we should not pursue. Okay, let's go to the verse 27th one. Today Prashant Baba is not there, is it? No. Deepak Baba, where is Prashant Baba? Prashant Baba remembers
Baba,
which.
yesterday he was there in GM, Baba.
Because I always
Yesterday he was
ask.
there in GM. Yeah.
Because next time somebody has to tell which verses we are completing. I put the verse 27th we
Yes,
will
Baba.
complete. You will remember your responsibility, Deepak Baba. Now,
Yes.
so 27th, hopefully we will finish. Let me see. 27th, yeah. So 26th we went through. So now in the 27th verse. So 27th verse is saying, Prasanta manasam yenam yoginam sukhamuttamam upeti santarajasam brahmabhutam akarmasam. So he's saying, to this yogi whose activities has subsided, because rajas we saw that it is prasanta manasa, his mind is now peaceful. Yogina means that is the yogi. Who is that yogi? Sukham Uttamam. And he is enjoying the highest kind of bliss. Sukham Uttamam. Upeti means he has attained. Santa Rajasam. His Rajas qualities now as subsides. So he is not pulling him to the world outside. Brahma Bhuta. Brahma Bhuta means, so he is endowed with God realization. Who? This yogi who has been able to bring down his Rajasic mind into control. Then what he has done, he is now established in his true self. Brahma Bhuta Upeti. He attains the Brahma Bhuta here means he attains his self-realization. Then what has happened? There are 2-3 things is happening here. He's saying his mana is now prasanta. Mind is now where? Mind is totally absorbed in the Atman. So that's why he's saying prasanta. not even Santa, Prasanta. So we'll come back to each of these words. Then Sukham Uttamam. And what is that Prasanta Sukham? That it is the Atyantika Sukham. He has now got it. Then he is saying Brahmabhuta Makalmasam. That means without any sin. So what is exactly is now telling us here? So he's saying here, the two stages we can think of. If somebody is still, we can say that he is still practicing meditation to be established there, then you can say Makalmasam means without sin, is you can say, because some interpretation is this is called tamasic mind. Tamasic mind is mind which can get into sinful acts. That means if he is beyond sinful acts, that means he is out of his tamasic mode. Then also Santa Rajasam is there. So he is also saying that he is also control his mind being Rajasic. So that means he has moved his mind from Rajas to Sattva. Because Tamas he is get rid of it, Akamasham. So that is not there, sin is not there, and Rajas is not there. That outgoing tendency of the mind is also curbed. Now where is the mind? Brahma Bhuta Upaiti. So it is established in his true self. Tadadrashta Swarupi Avasthana, we can say that. So that means, is it talking about, he is here talking about what is achieved when you are self-realized. You are self-realized, or here in the terminology of Bhagavad Gita, we can say whatever is a Jivan Mukta, what he is getting. Because Tadadrashta Swarupe Avasthanam is not a verse here in Bhagavad Gita that you are established in your true self. And that is not the aim of meditation in Bhagavad Gita. So what he is describing here, we can say Tadadrashta Swarupe Avasthana. That is the state. But here, because it is a verse in Bhagavad Gita, so we have to interpret it that it is the state of a Jivan Mukta. So that's what he is describing here. So that means he has been able to get over his tamasic mind. He has been able to transform his mind from Rajas now to Sattva. Not only that, now he is established in a Brahma Bhuta Upeti. So he is now established in his true self. Then what has happened? Prasanta Manasya. So now he is in a state of bliss, Prasanta. And what sort of a bliss he is getting? Is coming out from his true nature. It's not coming out from his interactions with the objects of this world. Whether he is utilizing his ears, eyes, or taste, or touch, or smell. So all this, whatever the benefits these sense organs by their interaction with the sense objects they bring in onto the table, so he is not getting from there that this joy, prasanta manas. So he is getting from where? Tadadrashta Swarupe Avasthanam. He is established in his true self. And what is that source of his Ananda? Is his own true self. So he is now established. And he is saying that Sukha is also, he is otherwise called Sukha, Uttamam Sukha. So it is beyond any comparison now. So it is the best one. Why is it the best one? Only there can be one. That is that Atma Sukha. So it is not Visaya Sukha. It is not, then you do also puja, bhakti, you can do that also. So that Sukha is also is not there. And this is the highest Sukham, is the bliss supreme. So he is now established in his true self. So this is the how it is defining when you are one's self-realization comes, when you are established in your true self. And here from the Bhagavad Gita perspective, we can say it is the state of a Jivan Mukta. So that means if he dies, then he has no more rebirth. So this is how he is defining. We'll see, because this is not the end of the chapter. Again, Lord will tell how to do with meditation, and Arjuna is going to raise up that why it is so difficult, and because why it is so difficult, because it's so difficult to control the mind, because mind is both the culprit and mind is also the one of the greatest friends. It is the question of how we treat our mind. Mind, if you remember in Kathopanishad, so the best example he has given, there are 5 horses, there are 5 sense organs on the chariot, and then you have the rein. So that is the mind, and the Lord Krishna is the charioteer. So that is the intellect. So when you allow your intellect, that means your understanding of what life is all about and what is your goal. Once you are firmly established and the mind is given under the or kept on the control of your intellect, your understanding, then it will control the sense organs, your mind gets control, and your intellect now is doing what is supposed to do. And who is enjoying there? You yourself, your true self is sitting there. So then your chariot of life can go through this world the way it is supposed to go, on the road, high road to self-realization. Otherwise, the chariot, the horses, the mind will stray from the road, take us to all the distractions, and then we will never reach the goal of life. So this is where we'll end this one. So 27th verse we have seen. Then again we may look into 27th verse, and then we'll go to 28th the next week. So if you have anything you want to share, or you have any questions, anybody?
Baba, I have one question. So, because we are talking about Jivan Mukta in this shloka, so uh, is it possible for a Jivan Mukta to know that he is a Jivan Mukta?
Of course he will know. He will know, because if it's depending on his mind, what sort of a mind he's carrying it through. So he will definitely know.
Okay, because the second question was, for example, if a person who is a Jivan Mukta loses his memory, for example, for some XYZ reasons, will he fall back or will he still be a Jivan Mukta?
He will fall. He will. Why fall back? Chances are there. Chances are there, because if it is again because sense organs are there, you have forgotten, then he may get tempted. But then habitual tendencies, the entire nididhyasana, what we are talking about, it's only nididhyasana.
Yeah.
I told you in the beginning. So 25th, 26th, and 27th verses are nididhyasana stage. So in nididhyasana stage, what exactly basically you are doing? As far as the jnanam is concerned, the getting that knowledge, it's over in case of Savanam.
Yeah.
Doubts you have cleared in the Mananam stage. In the Nididhyasanam, what you are going to try, you are fighting against your tendencies. It's like when you go to from here, when you are driving here, we are driving on the right side. When you go to the India, driving on the left side. So when your indicator, you are saying in the left hand here, and you go in India, you get the left hand, then your wiper goes on it. So you know that is the left side. But what is the habitual tendencies? And Nididhyasanam does that. What you are trying to do is, because you have got the knowledge, now it is beyond doubt. But then I don't feel it. Why you are not feeling it? Because your habitual tendencies, thinking, attitude, food, every habit is going on. Is it like a fan? You have switched it off, but some force is there, so it goes on its own. So it is the stage of Nididhyasanam is you are bringing it back, your mind and everything centered. Then what will happen? The benefits flows. Then you will enjoy those benefits. So if that is the case, now if that person he has lost his mind, so now the habitual tendencies may not allow him to stray too much. But knowing our sense organs, that is a chance that again he may stray. But habitual tendencies may also help him, also in the sense that he may not find so much of attraction to things. Maybe, I'm just thinking. It's a good question. It's put something thinking. Yes. Anybody else? Deepak Baba, for Santosh Baba also you have checked in or all? Because you have put two cameras there, two instruments, or Anuma is there. Okay.
Baba, Baba. Anu is on the other one. That's her Baba.
Oh, yeah, I could know that. Okay. Sunandama also sitting in Bhubaneswar is also joined in. Very good. Chalo. Okay. Let's, if you have nothing to do, any questions or anything, let's close our eyes. Just observe our breath, each inhalation, exhalation. Let us offer our love and gratitude to all the gods and gurus for introducing us to these beautiful scriptures, bringing to us this Kriya practice and giving this beautiful platform to interact. We read, discuss the scriptures. Let us remember and reaffirm our commitment to spiritual growth. Let us pray that our focus, our efforts at all the times should be centered on our goal, on achieving our goal. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Santi Santi Santi. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Thank you. Thank you. Hemant Baba.
Thank you, Baba.
Jyotsnama is there. Oh, thank you.
Yes, thank you, Baba.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you, Ma.
Thank you, Baba.
Hey,
Thank you,
Baba is
Baba.
there. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Baba.
See you next week. Read through it, something like that on this because these are beautiful verses. Just read through it, contemplate. Very nice verses. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Baba.
Thank you,
Thank
Baba.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Baba.
Thank you.